Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the fourth chapter of English 2, that is verbs. So this is not the first time I guess you are not listening this word. You might have heard in your previous classes in the class 5th or 4th. So verbs. So what is basically a verb? A verb is a word or a group of words that shows what someone or something does. Okay, so what state someone or something is in. So in some situations, so many people are doing or moving in some ways or the other. Like a person, he is sitting, he is standing, he is running, he is coming. So this state of coming, going, playing, sitting, running, uh, waking, eating, so all these things, the action is happening through a person, one man or one boy, anything. But the bus is moving, or the bus is stopping. Bus is stopped in the middle of the road. So this type of word, stop, run, eat, what is that? Beat, sit. So all these things which the action is happening here, that is basically a verb. It's very simple to understand. So there are no verbs without any sentence. So in a sentence there should be a verb. So if there is no verb in the sentence, then it is incomplete. Okay, the sentence is incomplete. So there are actually two what is the types of verbs. First one is, you can see, transitive verbs. So what is a transitive verb? In some sentence the action start with the subject and ends with the object. So that is called a transitive verb. So it starts from the sentence like some action and ends with some object. He is eating a chocolate, or she is eating or having she is having her breakfast, or she is going. So here she is a subject, right? She is going to, going is a action, right? Going, she is moving, going, playing. So she is or he is going. Going is the verb here. To school. So school, like an object, that is object. Okay, school is some type of a thing. So any type of things that is done by the action of a person or a thing, in the last it will come. Mostly the objects are mainly at the last. So school is the object here. So you can see the example here. So write the message. So write is a subject here, sorry, the verb here, and the message is a what is that, object. Okay, second example, my sister is a subject. Gave, okay, gave, action, some happen, action is happening. Gave, some things are happening here. So gave is a verb. Me a chocolate. So chocolate is a object, right? And it's some type of thing. That is a, it starts with a subject here, my sister, and then in the middle there is a, what is that, object. Sorry, in the middle it is a verb, and at the last there is a chocolate is a subject. So mostly the objects, the verbs, mostly the verbs are in, mostly in the middle. Not everywhere, but mostly you can recognize any action that is done by a doer or a person or a thing, that mostly it is in the middle. So objects are mostly in the last. So in some cases, some transitive verbs take two objects after them, a thing and a person. So in some rare cases, it happens that sometimes it takes two subjects in one sentence. So for example, you can see here, she gave a rupee to him. Okay, she is a, what is that, subject, right? Gave, some action is happening. Gave, she gave. Gave is a, what is another type of what is that, object. And rupee is again subject. Then to him, last we have the object here, object in the place of object we have using him, again the subject. So there are that comes under the object him. So gave and him are here two objects, okay, in the sentence. So this was the example of in some cases the transitive verb takes two objects. So again the next one you can see, rupee is direct subject. First one, rupee is direct subject, and to him is an indirect object. We are speaking what is that, indirectly, and showing to a him, okay, she, okay, him. So next one is a intransitive verbs. So in some sentence the action begins and ends with the subject. In so many cases, the action begins with the subject and ends with the subject. So, but there is no object. So, in this types of intransitive verb, so there is no, what is that, object. So, for example, a verb with no object is called a intransitive verbs. So, it is intransitive, intransitive. So, first example, she slept. Okay, here there is no, what is that, object here. She slept, or she is sleeping in the bed. So if there is like this sentence, she is sleeping in the bed, then there could be object, right, object. But here is this is intransitive verb, so most of them in this sentence intransitive verb there is no object, so that she slept. So slept is the direct verb here. The paper, here second example, the paper is a subject. Burns, so some action is happening here, burns. So what I said, the burns, whatever action is happening through a subject, that is verb. So here we are learning about verbs. The burning is one type of action is happening, taking place here, that is called, that will be verb. So in this sentence also there is no object. So these are what type of sentence, intransitive verb. Okay, next one is verbs of incomplete prediction. So these are also sometimes this will be important, a little bit confusing, but you have to understand what is the incomplete prediction. So transitive and intransitive verb which need the help of someone, some words or the words to complete the sense of the sentence are called verbs of incomplete prediction. So what is incomplete prediction? So transitive and intransitive verbs which needs, means which take the help of some words or the words to make the complete sense. So without the intransitive and intransitive verb, if they don't take help, it is incomplete, right? So they have to take this help of transitive and intransitive verbs. So without them, the sense of the sentence is called that is called what is that, incomplete prediction. So the next one is like, what is complement of the verb? What is the complement of the verb? Next one, the here you can see the word or group of words which complete the sense or the sentences called the complement of the verbs. So here there is no I think help of the other things. So they, the words, group of words which complete the sentence or the sentences without any help of the transitive and transitive verbs, they are complement of the verbs. So here giving a compliment like you are looking beautiful, you are a very good dancer. So in that she is a good dancer, like that, something that is compliment. Okay, so the man seems tired. So here one compliment is giving here, the man is seems tired. She became sad. So someone is giving compliment not to a direct person, but to a second person. Okay, to, sorry, to the third person. They are talking about one person, that she became sad. So another type we'll see the what is that in the next page. A complement which completes the sense of what the sentence says about the subject is known as subjective complement. So here first we saw about in the first what we saw about the verbs of incomplete prediction. In second we saw about complement of the verb, and here we are seeing the third one, subjective complement. The verbs, the complement which complete the sense of what the sentence says about the subject is known as subjective complement. So the sentence or the what is that, sentence knows the sense of what the sentence is telling about the subject, so that is called subjective complement. So like here the example is like thief, means one who steals the things of house, that is called, they are called thieves. The thief always lives in fear. So here is the complementing, subjective complementing about the thief, the subject here. The thief is the subject here, always lives in fear. So lives like is here verb. Okay. So complementing what is that, subjective complement. So next one is a teddy is a cat. So here we are complimenting about the teddy, which is a cat. So in fear, is a subjective complement. So in fear we get the subjective complement, and the last part which complete the sense about what is being said about the object, the last are called objective complements. So the last part, which is we have studied about the subject and the object. The subject is subjective complement, and the sentence that tells about the objective thing is like a objective complement. So the first one, he made Ira dance. What is that? Ira dance. So here the objective complement is coming here. Ira dance. Okay, Ira dance. She made a Ira dance. So dance is a objective complement here. So his parents named him Hari. So here Hari, the name Hari is been objective in the named places in the verb. Okay, so there are some verbs which can be used both transitively and intransitively. So how we can use, sometimes it will be confusing to know because we use in a both manner. So that is like, first one is a transitive verb. So the boy fly kites. So in transitive words, what we see, birds fly in the air. Okay, so here not much a difference. The boy fly kites, the birds fly in the air. So you can see how the boy here is the subject and fly is a, what is that? Fly is a verb and kites is a object. Here in intransitive verb, what we saw that there should be there is no object. So the birds fly in the air. Air also is a what type of subject. So here there is no object. So here again the driver stopped the train. In the second example, we see the driver is a subject, stopped any action that is happening, that is called verb. The train again here is a, what is that, object here. Then here the train, okay, the train is a subject, stopped suddenly. So here there is no objective thing, that is intransitive verb. So this were about now next we have exercise only. So this was about the chapter, the verbs. So if you go through once, it's easy to understand. So I request you to go through the chapter 2-3 times to understand it better.